with Rob Reiner and Soledad O'Brien. They have a 10-part documentary podcast called Who Killed JFK on the iHeartRadio app. And so I'm going to be talking about that with them later on. Tomorrow is the 60th anniversary of the Kennedy assassination. It's like an OG conspiracy theory. You think about all the weirdness that people conjure up now. You know, they're drinking baby's blood in the basement of a pizza shop. The moon landing was faked. That kind of stuff, you really, really got to be out there for that. Kennedy assassination is still a lot of unanswered questions. So Rob Reiner and Soledad O'Brien have teamed up on this podcast. I'll chat with them a little later on. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to pipe in on the whole fella that killed himself there at the amusement park there. My father was a fireman, and he killed himself in April of 2021, and he had PTSD and was very depressed and just didn't want to deal with it anymore, obviously. And that is one problem with this world now is, yeah, you don't want to deal with it, so you get it pushed aside. And I think I just like to preach to whoever wants to listen about, you know, mental illness is take care of it and go get help if you don't feel right. And that's basically it.
And Chris, that's probably, with respect to your dad, that's probably a generational thing, isn't it? Older generations dealt with it a lot differently.
And you're right, and that's completely right. His boss always told him to suck it up and keep going on, but that's the thing is it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. Is, you know what? Just there's help out there, and there's plenty of people to listen, and go get the help you need, even if you don't feel the slightest bit right.
Chris, what did your dad get that PTSD from his work as a firefighter?
Correct.
Okay, and I imagine
he's seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I imagine.
And I've heard a lot of stories out of his mouth, and that's one thing that those guys deal with. And you know what? Military, police, fire, they all deal with it. They all see a bunch of different stuff, and I know there's probably more than just my father out there that is dealing with demons. You know what I mean?
No, just him. No, of course there's more people, and I appreciate you calling in and sharing this because I know there's such a stigma still, even in 2023, against seeking help or feeling like you're weak if you have to ask for help, especially amongst men, because we're always taught to hold it in and not express it or not deal with it or just toughen up, and that takes a toll on people. And for you to share this is very nice because I think people need to know that it is okay to go out there and say, hey, I'm not all right. I need help with this.
Yep, it is okay. And it doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, whatever you want to call yourself. It's okay. It's okay to go get help because it's out there and everybody has to deal with it, whether you like it or not.
Hey, thanks, Chris.
Hey, thank you.
All right, cool,
you guys
man.
have a great day.
You too. There's Chris. He is out in Rock Creek, Ohio, which I think is toward Erie, yeah? Hey, Drunk Sue.
Hey, baby.
There's a transition. What's going on, Drunk Sue?
How are you? I just had to, I got to call in today because you're going to be out the rest of the week.
That is true. That's very true, yes.
Yeah, I was just not feeling it yesterday, so I just went and laid down and...
Yeah, what was going on yesterday?
I just didn't feel good. I don't know. I just didn't feel good. I just felt like tired.
Okay. And today you're
you're
better?
Depressed about my kid. I was thinking about my kid.
Yeah,
and
okay.
holidays and all this.
Yeah. Well, the holidays are tough for that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
I mean, I'm going home for Thanksgiving, and obviously my dad won't be there, and so the holidays, are kind of when where you're very you're hyper aware of the empty chair.
Where you what?
Nothing. I didn't mean to rhyme. I didn't mean to make it sound
Next time you want me
glib.
to put down a beat for you?
No. Are you hosting Thanksgiving, Sue? Or are you going somewhere? Or are you just going to kick it at the house?
No, we're going to go out on Turkey Day, but there's 2 different places to go.
Yeah.
But I want to cook on Saturday or Sunday.
Okay. Well, that's your right as an American.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. What will you cook? Traditional stuff?
If I buy my bird on Friday, it's probably going to be cheaper.
Right. Okay.
And then cook it on Sunday or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Have fun. Keep it between the ditches.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. That last guy that was just talking, what was he talking about?
He was talking about his father, who had been a firefighter who committed suicide.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's sad.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Sue. Happy holidays out there. Let me go to Gaylord and get this trifecta of enjoyment.
His dick next?
Yeah, right. Yeah, all right. Hello, Gaylord. I heard that you're willing your brand new red Bronco to Bill Squire.
Oh, yeah. He can drive it anytime he wants. He's part of the family.
Oh, boy. Do you have him on your insurance now?
We'll figure something
I'll
out.
put him on if that's what he wants.
I'll get him that will, too, while we're at it.
All right. Hey, I just wanted to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. And I tried to get a hold of you all yesterday to tell you about the show that I went to Friday in Fremont with Mr. Squire.
Oh, yeah. He told us all about it.
Well, I want to say that anybody that wants to go see him, go. Don't miss it. It is really, really a blast.
What was your favorite part of the show, Gaylord?
Bill. I loved his comedy routine. I laughed so hard, my belly hurt when it was over.
Yep. Did it jiggle like a bowl full of jelly?
Oh, more than that. It kept jiggling till I got home.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you what.
Anyway.
Yep.
I loved the program, and he did a wonderful job, and he was so gracious to me.
Mm-hmm.
I never felt so welcomed in my life than when he talked to me and treated me so great. So thank you.
All right, have a good holiday.
And
you're welcome.
Oh, all of you, and Mr. Brown, thank you for always putting me on. I appreciate it. You all have a good one.
As Alan says, I already do.
Boy, that might be an indictment of his own family. He says he's never felt more welcome, ever, than at the Bill Squire comedy show, by the way.
What can I say? I put people at ease. I make people feel comfortable. I ease their anxiety. I'm like a walking Xanax.
You really rolled out the red carpet for him.
Walking Xanax, my ass.
Bill's like, it's like watching an episode of Euphoria when you go to a Bill Squire show.
You are aggravating as hell.
To you, on purpose.
Not to Gaylord.
If you want me to be nice Xanax, Bill, I can do that. I don't like to do that with you. You got other people do that for you. I aggravate you.
Mary, you're never going to get Xanax Bill, okay?
I don't need it.
You're going to get Bi-Squad.
I have real Xanax. I have real Lexapro I take every day and Ativan for the bad days, so I'll be all right.
All right. Well, if you ever need to feel as welcome as I made Gaylord feel, all I'm going to need is for you to put me in your will like he is
What do you
going
want,
to.
my curtains, Bill?
Give me that Kia.
It's paid off.
I know. That's what I'm saying. My car's
hasn't been stolen yet.
This is somewhat related to Friday in Fremont. There was a guy that was at one of the shows, and he was real drunk, and he took a dip out of his mouth and dropped it. This isn't at the venue. We were at a different place for this. We were at a different spot, me and my friend, and there's food right there. Like it was we were hanging out after the show, and someone ordered mozzarella sticks. So we're sitting there. This guy is wasted. He takes.
This was a guy who had been at your show.
Had been at the show, and then I was there with some other people at a different bar, and someone took, or this drunk guy takes a dip out of his mouth and just puts it in the mozzarella sticks, and the bartender sees it happen and goes, "No, that's somebody's food." And I was like, "You should probably get rid of that food. It just had someone's dip on it." And then
he hocked a lug on their mozz sticks.
Not a lug, but he took the dip that was in his mouth. Like it was one of those little packages, like one of those little packages of snuff, and he put it on the mozzarella sticks, and the girl picked it off real fast. So 5-second rules, I guess. But then I kind of get my drink, and I'm roaming around, and then my friend that I'm there with, his girlfriend walks up to me, chomping down on mozzarella sticks, and she's like, "Do you want one of these?" And I was like, "I'm good, I'm good." And I felt real bad because I didn't tell her what happened, but I feel like that would have just made it worse, right? In that situation, are you telling them what happened, or are you saying? Are you like, don't eat any more of those?
If she's already eating
She's already eating them, and I'm pretty sure she had already got to the one that had the thing on it.
Don't even say anything.
Little pinch between the cheek and gums.
Yeah. Now, it wasn't like the free, like old-fashioned snuff. It was like one of those little pouches.
Yeah.
So
But
it's not
still,
the grossest thing,
it was
but
in
it's
someone
still
else's mouth.
it was in someone else's mouth, and that guy didn't seem like a guy that was up on his, dental visits.
Why do people feel so entitled? Like I would never do
He's
that.
drunk.
I don't care. I've never been that.
You know how people are when they're drunk. Some people are champion drunks, boy. They don't
That's not
know
a champion
what
drunk.
they don't know what they're doing.
No, he just is a guy that's going through life drunk as hell, and the whole world is his garbage can.
Like just grabbing people's drinks and taking sips out of it, or like sitting in other people's sections, or eating people's food. Like I've never been that drunk. I've been blacked out drunk, and still I surprise myself at how.
But I'm sure you've done some similarly annoying things when you're super drunk.
No,
just because you're not eating somebody else's food doesn't mean that you're like all buttoned up when you're hammered. Maybe you are. What do I know? But I've been around you when you've been drunk.
I was like, but you never seen me blacked out drunk. I've been blacked out drunk. I could probably like 3 or 4 times. 2 of which
and probably not since college.
Two of them were in college, and then 2 of them were out of college. The last one I remember was when I was at Erica's Dirty 30 birthday, and I surprised myself because I was blacked out. And I woke up in my bed with everything off, my phone on the charger, and I didn't know how I got home. Apparently, I called an Uber home. I took care of myself because I knew, because even in my subconscious, I knew that I had overdone it. And I called an Uber home, and I ended up in my bed. Didn't bring anyone home in my bed either. So I don't think I will ever understand that. Inconveniencing people because you're drunk. That's hella selfish. You're going to put some dip in someone's food. And
I think he thought it was
like garbage or something. Yeah, I mean,
who cares?
But still, yeah.
Rip off a piece of. That's what I do. Like when I have my gum and I'm at dinner, I use like the paper from like the straw or the thing that they wrap the silverware in. You take that off and wrap whatever is in that, or wrap whatever you have in that. So you're not like putting it on a piece of paper or like on a plate or something. That's gross.
Yes, in a sober, normal, logical situation, that's true. But when people are hammered, I mean,
You're like, I got to get this thing out of my mouth.
You got to give them a wide berth. You walk into a place, there's a table of like hammered people. I go, I'm not sitting next to them. Because God knows what's going to happen.
Mary, what's the grossest thing you've done while drunk?
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, also probably that. Like,
I saw you eat Chipotle off the floor in a hotel
didn't drop.
Oh, she Hasselhoffed?
150 times I've told this. No, the bowl, I was sitting on the floor eating Chipotle out of a bowl.
No,
I
no,
wasn't,
no.
I didn't spill it and dump it over and eat it like a vacuum cleaner. I wasn't.
You picked up some that fell out.
A couple pieces of rice fell out.
Like you were doing a commercial for a vacuum.
Yeah.
But what can I say? That's how good Chipotle's new carne asada steak is. You don't want to eat it off the floor. No, but I was not a clean person when I was drunk. I've slept on toilets. I've thrown up and one time when I was in college.
Slept on a toilet. You mean passed out while taking a dump?
Or peeing. Girls have to sit down to pee. Doesn't have to be poop. Yeah.
I guess we're not hanging out with the same girls.
Yeah, we do.
You opt to. You don't have to.
One time in college, there was this bar in Toledo. It was called Chasers. And it was notorious for serving underage. And it wasn't like you got the big, black X's on your hands if you were underage, but they would not question you if you were a 21-year-old with a wristband and you walked up and ordered 19 shots. They would serve you 19 shots as long as you paid for them. They really didn't care. So it was kind of like that. And I would drink there underage. And the one time I remember we went out as and I remember I was so drunk that I was throwing up in the toilet. And my friend was holding my hair back. And I flushed the puke down. And then I flushed it a second time. And I was taking the water that was coming out of the toilet and splashing it on my face. And
well, it is clean water. Yes.
That was my whole argument.
It's cool,
Don't worry about it. It's clean water.
That was my whole argument. No. When to flush it and the water come out, it's clean water. Wash away all puke and then they put it on your face. Feel better.
You disgusting bitch.
That's probably one of, if not the grossest thing I've ever done. That I was fully washing my face in toilet water.
Well.
But I was 20.
Again, you can't. Well, it's got nothing to do with age. It's got to do with your level of inebriation.
You're getting irresponsibly drunk.
I'm sure there are 45-year-olds who get that drunk and might be prone to doing that. In a logical, sober world, right, no one would do that.
Right. No one's going to wash their face in a toilet. I hope.
Definitely not somebody you want to hang out with.
Right.
But, listen, people are going to have families over for Thanksgiving. Who knows what kind of shenanigans will be going on? You don't want to know from all of the whatevers. Well, let's hope that those washing your face with toilet water days are behind you.
So behind.
For the most part. But
I took I was on antibiotics and I took one on an empty stomach, which I don't think I've ever done before, and I felt so sick, more nauseous than I have ever felt. And I was thinking about it and I was like, I haven't thrown up in 4 years. I have an aversion to throwing up as is.
What's your puke anniversary? Do you know?
It is New Year's Eve from 2019 into 2020, and I wasn't drunk. It was my first sober New Year's Eve, and I got food poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so mad at the irony of it, because I was like, this is my first January 1st where I'm going to start a brand new year hangover free, and I had food poisoning. So I was throwing up all night New Year's Eve, all day New Year's Day. And I'm like, all right, I guess maybe this is the transition my body needs. But yeah, I was thinking about that when I took that pill, and I was like, I felt so sick, and I was like, oh my, I have not puked in 4 years. Yeah,
it's been a couple years for me. And I just remember doing it in the toilet and then flushing it and then splashing my face. Oh my God, I did it too.
Yeah.
Oh, the memories are flooding
now
back.
You know.
Oh, no wonder that sounded so familiar. That cool, crisp toilet water.
You knew it.
And I had 500 flushes in there, so my face is all blue. Good luck. I got a break. Hey, want to go to that Sammy Hagar show? It is next summer. He's doing a tour called Best of All Worlds. He's going to be doing a lot of Van Hagar stuff. And so he's got Joe Satriani going out with him and Jason Bonham behind the drums and Mike Anthony. So they're going to do Blossom. I think it's next July. So if you want to go see those guys, yeah, July 29. I'll hook you up coming back. 35192 on a text for anything else.
The Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.